And I'm really excited to continue fixing the damn roads.
You know, people often tell me I'm doing such a great job on social media.
You want to go pass, fail, or do you want to give yourself a grade for each of these?
I'm not going to do either, Dennis.
No.
Good afternoon, beautiful people, and happy Wednesday. Gretchen Whitmer ran on one simple promise: fix the damn roads. And 8 years later, she's still talking about fixing the damn roads. So the real question is, what exactly has been happening all this time? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Nelly Miranda. As always, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Okay, so today we're talking about Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer because she is back in the headlines, kicking off a new construction season, talking about road plans, economic development, and even positioning Michigan as a model for data centers. Here's her campaign video from over 7 years ago to refresh your memory.
You know, here in Michigan, our roads are so bad that the average driver spends over $500 a year to fix their cars. I just replaced this windshield for the second time in 2 years. As governor, I want to focus on the things that will actually make a difference in people's lives right now, like fixing the damn roads and doing it the right way, with the right materials, so they stay fixed. It's time to get it done.
Gretchen Whitmer for governor.
Gretchen Whitmer wants to fix the roads. But here's what stood out to me, because she's been in office for nearly 8 years and Michiganders are still hearing the same promise: fix the roads. I don't know, this timing feels a little too convenient. What was she doing for 8 years?
And I'm really excited to continue fixing the damn roads and to remind people, when you see the orange barrels, slow down. Pay attention. There are hardworking men and women on the side of the road who are risking their lives to rebuild our infrastructure. Before I took office, Michiganders were dealing with bad roads and high costs. In 2018, I ran to fix the damn roads because that's what I heard from people in all 83 counties across Michigan. When the roads are broken, people pay the price. Our economy suffers from bad roads too. Shipments and supplies get delayed, workers face longer commutes, customers pay more. And that's why in 2020, we launched the Rebuilding Michigan plan to fix our busiest state highways and bridges. And thanks in part to Rebuilding Michigan, by the end of this construction season, we will have fixed over 26,500 lane miles of roads, almost 2,000 bridges, and supported tens of thousands of good-paying jobs in the process every year. But it was a short-term fix for a long-term problem. And so that's why last fall we made good on the promise to get a roads deal done. We got it done to keep drivers safe, to create jobs, and to save families money as we grapple with high costs.
Gretchen Whitmer literally built her political identity around one phrase: fix the damn roads. Back in 2018, and now fast forward to 2026, and she's kicking off another construction season, rolling out more road plans, more funding discussions, more promises. And to be fair, there has been work done on the roads. Some progress has been made, but residents are still complaining about the roads, so they're not there yet. Some people are literally saying that they are tired of seeing the same roads being worked on over and over again, while others still deal with potholes. The next clip is from about 3 years into Gretchen Whitmer's governorship, and just look at the condition of Michigan's roads. Massive potholes. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. These roads do not even look drivable, let alone bikeable or safe to walk on.
We'll focus on I, US, and M-numbered routes, not local roads. Forget the pothole on your street.
Michigan, impatience is a virtue.
I need to make it to my appointments, and if I don't have a car because it's in the shop from a pothole, that's a problem.
That's life in Michigan. You know, you got to prepare for this stuff.
In 2021 alone, we fixed Gratiot and Macomb.
In Macomb County, Nicole Alshihi has to vent about the darn roads not being fixed.
Come on, clean the site. Look the site, look, what is this?
Look at what's left of this road in Dearborn near the Ford Rouge plant.
Look at these roads.
The state of the roads right now is downright dangerous.
So again, let's just ask the obvious question. If fixing the roads was the priority from day one, why are we still in the starting phase 8 years later? We may never hear the correct answer to that, but aside from Americans relying on good roads, Americans rely heavily on healthcare. Trying to figure out Medicare on your own can feel just as confusing as trying to figure out why the roads were not fixed in the first place. And that is why I want to tell you about CASHAPP. Chapter is a free service that helps you compare all your Medicare options and not just one company's plan, but everything available in your area so that you can get the best plan that's suitable for your needs. They have helped thousands of people avoid overpaying and get better coverage. And the best part is it does not cost you anything and less than 20 minutes of your time to get started. So if you or someone you love is approaching Medicare age or already enrolled and wondering if you're overpaying, please reach out to Chapter because they help customers save an average of $1,100 per year. Imagine what you can do with that type of money. If you live in Michigan, you can get some new tires for that money because I am sure you need it. So for complete Medicare guidance, you can dial 646-817-8160 to speak with my trusted partner Chapter. That is 646-817-8160 or go to askchapter.org/Nelly. Now let's jump back in. Aside from fixing the roads, Gretchen Whitmer is also talking about becoming a leader in data centers and positioning the state as a national model for economic growth. So think AI, think tech, infrastructure, and energy. Gretchen Whitmer is saying that Michigan can become a national model for responsible development. It could be a good thing, but they do require massive amount of electricity, land use, water, tax incentive for those corporations, etc.
Data centers, they're popping up everywhere. The demand for artificial intelligence is driving that growth, but that growth is bringing some questions and pushback here in West Michigan and elsewhere around the state. Data centers are popping up, but what about that impact on the community?
At the most basic level, they are these massive buildings that are just full of computers, and they store and process the digital information that we use every day, like streaming, cloud storage, social media, and artificial intelligence. What's changed is the demand. AI requires huge amounts of power and computing, and that's what's driving this rapid growth. Why Michigan is because we have a cooler climate, which helps data centers out with cutting cooling costs. And lawmakers just approved major tax exemptions to bring them here. There are already 59 data centers in Michigan, including 9 in Grand Rapids. And that doesn't include any of the new projects being proposed. Just last week, we covered a proposed center in Lowell, one of the largest developments that community has seen. And people there packed a meeting to voice their concerns.
Like, we've seen this type of play before. Governments pour money into big future-focused projects, and then what happens? Do everyday people actually feel the benefits, or do these corporations walk away with the win? I think it's the latter. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel recently held a town hall basically demanding transparency when it comes to these massive AI data center projects. And here's why that matters. Because according to reports, some of these deals, especially a major proposed data center, were approved behind closed doors, with key details literally blacked out and even consumer advocates shut out of the process.
Just see what these look like, right? Like, this is what the contracts look like with these like enormous redactions for some of the most important information that people would want to know.
Tonight, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel calls on utility companies across the state to let the public be part of their proposed data center projects.
So just think about that. We're talking about projects that could impact your electricity bill, your water supply, your local environment, and the public doesn't even get full access to the contracts. What exactly are they hiding? Now, at this recent town hall, residents and officials raised concern about everything from energy usage to water consumption to the strain on infrastructure. Some estimates show a single large data center can use as much electricity as tens of thousands of homes, and yet there are still major unanswered questions.
This map shows proposed data center projects that we've been tracking here at News 10. Centers in both Howell and Saline townships are being considered, along with Lansing's project introduced by UK company Deep Green. The city of Mason is also preparing for potential data centers with a new city ordinance. Attorney General Nessel is worried about the rush to sign on the dotted line.
What concerns people the most is when you have that lack of transparency, and that's certainly what we have in this case.
DTE Energy is looking for state approval to power a massive data center in Saline Township in partnership with big tech companies OpenAI and Oracle. The utility insists that customers won't face higher costs as a result, but Attorney General Dana Nessel says she's skeptical because of DTE's efforts to curb public input.
I'm hearing about how this is the deal of the century, right? The governor said that. This is going to be the biggest economic boom to the state. that we've ever seen. But if that's the case, then why can't we just have even an abbreviated hearing on this?
Locals from every corner of the state are pushing back against data center proposals with concerns about their impact on communities and the environment. But supporters tout the economic benefits like new jobs and investment. A plan in Lansing would turn a city parking lot into a first-of-its-kind green data center that would provide waste heat to use in local buildings. Emma Bostwick with the Lansing Economic Area Partnership says public input is welcome.
Everyone has a good question, and I think everyone is coming from a place of wanting what's best for the city of Lansing. We all love Lansing. I think with this data center, it's important to distinguish that it is different.
So Dana Nessel basically said, look, we can't just take companies at their word. We need transparency. We need oversight. We need to actually read the fine print. And that is coming from her. That's a big jump. But Governor Gretchen Whitmer is saying our technology is getting smarter. We are seeing huge advancements and we all are using it, which means we have to build data centers. They will get built. So as I think about the proposition, how do we make sure they're built right in a way that protects our water, protects our power grid, and ensures that the people who build them get paid a living wage? And so I'd rather see us set a high standard here in Michigan. So I've concluded that it does make sense for Michigan to be on the front end, that we set the model for how they're built so that we don't see a race at the bottom, but we see the benefits of it right here in Michigan. All righty then. Well, Governor Gretchen Whitmer gives herself an A grade for making Michigan a place where people want to live, work, and play, despite Michigan ranking 40th nationally in income per capita. It's the lowest ranking ever, plummeting from 18th in 2000.
You want to go pass, fail, or do you want to give yourself a grade for each of these?
I'm not going to do either, Dennis.
Yeah. No. This is going to be fun. We're going to do this. We're going to do this.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Who said you get to set all the rules?
You know, so making Michigan a place where people want to live, work, and play.
I think A. I
agree.
You know, sometimes in life, you have to be just a little bit delusional to get where you want to go. So I want to ask you, do you think Whitmer has actually delivered on fixing the roads, and what would you grade her? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you got any value from today's video, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to support the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any future updates. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.